Hello. My name is Ryan Hernandez French, also known as Rai. I am an AI engineering fellow at Resilient Coders, and today I want to talk about how we built a multilingual AI document assistant. A little background about me. Before the program, I was already 7+ years into my software engineering career. I am an alumnus of the RC Full Stack Software Engineering Bootcamp, along now with the AI Engineering Fellowship. We created this multilingual AI document assistant that basically allows you to upload documents, extract the data, analyze it, and translate those documents. We combine front-end engineering along with these AI workflows and some deployment infrastructure at the end to make it production ready and open source. Now, my contributions to this is basically in 3 parts. At the beginning, I was very much in the uploading and parsing document stage. Then after that, I was a part of how we approach using the OCR. And then lastly, I was also a part of the deployment team getting our application production ready. Now, the first part, uploading and parsing, I was on the upload and basic extraction team, basically there to get the first initial view of the page application, the web application, the UI, focusing on the ingestion of the documents. And then from there, we kind of built the foundation for the downstream AI workflows about how they would ingest what these data models would look like. And we faced a few challenges, like what tools we should use and how do we handle price and privacy. We kind of tackled all those things by choosing things that were as cheap or as low or as close to zero as possible, and picking Tesseract, which is a very easy to ingest and get started with. OCR is not necessarily the fastest, but it is the best for our use case. Next, we normalize the OCR pipeline. Now, in general, we only need to use the OCR for images. So whenever somebody uploads a PDF, a JPEG, a PNG, or something like that is where we only really want to use the OCR. And then we want to ingest it, extract the data, and then normalize it like we would with any other document, like a text document. We wanted to make sure everything was private, as private as possible. So most of the images all of the images that goes through our OCR pipeline is kept at the user's browser or device and never makes it to any database. And when we also take that data, normalize it into our data structure, and then we pass that data along downstream to go to the summarizations, the translations, the ACTs, chat, and so on and so forth. And here I kind of built the POC, and we based our architecture off of that POC after I did the research. And as far as the production deployment, I worked with Sean and Carly at the end to get this done. We deployed our models to Hugging Face, and originally they were on those space endpoints, which can't really scale and aren't always up and can't handle a lot of traffic. So we had to deploy those endpoints to interface, get them prepped for production, and we shifted that project infrastructure from just a simple, project of, hey, this is a cool tool to use, to now an open source project where other people who actually need these type of tools can go and use them. And then lastly was integrating our models into all of this, into the AI calls, and how do we choose what models, such as the llama or our safety model, things of that nature. My key takeaways from the programming. AI engineering is system engineering. So I like to think of it akin to maybe, instead of when you just build some front end components, you actually think of the architecture of the front end, right? It's not about does this tool do a certain thing, but more how can we get the tool to be consistent? How do we make sure that the system that we have in place works consistently? Next is great AI products require strong software engineering fundamentals. I feel like if I didn't have the coding experience that I have, or didn't understand code at all, I would have really struggled when it came to picking up these concepts. Next is ingestion, normalization, safety, and deployment matter as much as models. You can have a really great model, but if the system that you use to use that model, such as the ingestion, normalization, safety, and deployment, if those things aren't also great, then the product just won't work well, and it also won't be consistent. Lastly, the fellowship deepened my understanding of production AI systems. I really appreciate the fellowship taking me really deep into how AI is built and how it works and how we keep things like going, and just exposing things that I never just thought of. AI is a lot, building AI is a lot closer to writing code than I believed it to be at the beginning. This is where you can check me out at. I am on LinkedIn, I have a GitHub, and I have my portfolio website. And if you just scan that QR code, you can just go straight to my portfolio website, where you also will see links to my LinkedIn and GitHub projects in the contact form. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.